The Connecticut Paid Leave Authority has provided benefits for more than 100,000 workers in our state since it was first established back in 2019.
Joining us in the studio is Connecticut Paid Leave CEO Erin Choquette. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Thanks for coming back. This is such an important, it's changing lives for so many people here in Connecticut. Tell us a little bit about the program.
So the Connecticut Paid Leave Program provides income replacement benefits, so money, to Connecticut workers who need time off from work because they're sick, they're caring for a family member who's sick, or they're welcoming a new child into their family.
I'm saying even domestic violence.
Yes.
So that's a new benefit, right? This has been just recently expanded, that if you are a victim of domestic violence, you may get time off.
Right, so the domestic violence has actually been part of the law. The new part is that if you're a victim of sexual violence, you can also get that time off. So the law says you can take up to 12 unpaid days where your employer has to hold your job for you if you need to go to court or relocate or receive services from a victim services organization. And you can come to the Paid Leave Authority for money to make up for those lost wages.
Erin, how long is the paid leave for? Is it in like months, a month, 2 months, 3 months? How long is it for?
So for most paid leave reasons, it's 12 weeks in a 12-month period. For the family violence and sexual violence, the statute says it's 12 days.
Okay.
So the difference is, so some of us might work for a company that actually pays you when you have a baby. They have maternity leave or something. But a lot of workers don't. So this is why they can get this through the state. So the company, if they don't have that benefit or they're not paying a restaurant worker or something like that, this is how it kicks in.
Exactly. So Connecticut workers pay in 0.5% of their wages into the Paid Leave Trust, and we use that money to run the program and pay those benefits. So employers don't pay anything into this program at all. It's entirely worker funded because a lot of workers don't get that money from their employers.
And now we're talking about benefits to the tribes and the tribal enterprises in the state?
So this new legislation creates a path for the tribal or the employees of the tribal enterprises to participate. They're sovereign, they are sovereign governments.
Sure.
Yeah. So you can't just say, hey, you have to do this.
Right, exactly.
But now we have legislation where the governor can enter into agreements with the two tribes so that their employees will be able to participate, which we're really excited about.
Do you think, like, for the average man or woman who's watching at home right now, that they may not realize when they're caring for a family member who has cancer or they're really sick, that there is FMLA that protects them?
I think a lot of people aren't aware of it because the Connecticut FMLA changed at the same time that our program went into effect. So if you work for an employer with one or more employee, you're most likely covered by Connecticut FMLA, which is different than it used to be. It used to have to be 75 employees. So a lot more people are protected for FMLA, which means they have their jobs held for them while they're out. And if the employer doesn't pay for them while they're out, they can come to the authority for that money.
That's where they get the money. And do you get a percentage of what you make or full pay? How does it work?
So it depends on how much you earn. If you earn about minimum wage, we pay about 95% of your earnings.
Okay.
If you earn more than that, it's a sliding scale.
Okay.
We cap at 60 times the Connecticut minimum wage. So right now, our maximum weekly benefit is about $942 a week.
That's pretty good.
It's better than zero, I will tell you that.
Exactly.
So, I mean, for all the women out there who need time to be at home because they just gave birth or you've just adopted a family or anything under the FMLA. So it could be that you're sick and you're caring for someone who's going through cancer, but now you can actually get paid for it.
And forgive me, wife has a baby, husband, can he take the the leave?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We really encourage that because the spouse can take leave to care for their partner or to bond with the baby or both.
Right.
But the maximum is 12 weeks, but a lot of people don't even realize that they can take up to 12 weeks. So people are thinking, oh, well, I have, 5 days of vacation time, I'll use that.
Right.
You need more than 5 days when you've got a new baby in the house.
Absolutely. It's incredible. It's an incredible program. Well, we can't thank you enough for being on the show.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about us again.
Yeah, so make sure. Sometimes you may not realize it, so you can always, now you know you're protected, and people can go get information right on the website at ctpaidleave.org. So if you need to have a conversation at work, you can have all of your facts.
Absolutely.
That's great. Erin, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.